Good morning everyone. Welcome. It's 5 o'clock, so time to get started. Um, Today I have some engagement in the morning, so I have to. So I'll probably not have time to do the long meditation. So we'll just quickly chat for a few minutes, and then we'll individually we'll all go and follow our routine. Um, so I'll talk about the morning routine, but before that, I wanted to also share. I want to share one thought with you. So when we try to uh, do certain things regularly and try to build a habit, one of the most common problems, almost a universal problem, we find is that um, we will do that activity for, let us say, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and then we give up. It could be studying for let's say, for a fixed time every day, waking up in the morning, or doing certain something which is not inherently very pleasant or easy. Right? When we try to do that, after 3, 4, 5, 7 days, we stop doing it. So there is an enthusiasm for a certain amount of period, and then it's gone. This is the universal pattern. I suspect you also must have experienced, because pretty much all of us have gone through that many times in our lives. It's just a very common thing. So the question is, why does it happen? So as an example, like when I started first went to gym like many years back. Right? So when I was probably not even in college or just about at that time. So same thing, went for 3, 4 days, 3 days, maybe like very enthusiastically, and then I stopped. Now the reason it happens is that when we have a target. So let us say you have a target to become fitter, or your target to finish your preparation for an exam. So the target is big, and what we do is we sort of try to do like we push really hard on one day. Right? And in our mind, what we're thinking is, when I'm pushing that hard, I want to sort of, get close to the target and sort of, get there quickly. But the fact is, most of these targets, they require a effort over a very long time, over, let's say, months and years sometimes. So we push for one day, and we want to. It's like, you want to, let's say, you start walking from, say, Bombay to Delhi. There's no reason to, hypothetically, let's say, and you just run. Okay, I'm going. And then what will happen? You run for, let's say, an hour, and then you get very exhausted, and then you don't feel any closer to the target. You feel like, okay, the distance is still just as much, right? And you feel dissatisfied, and then you maybe try one more day, 2 more days, and then after that you say, oh, this is like not working, you give up. Right? um, so this is the problem. So we are pushing ourselves very hard, and we, in our mind, our craving is for the end goal, right? And then that craving is not satisfied, so there is a sense of dissatisfaction. We stop. And the way to break this is to change this. And instead of trying to get there in one go, when you go to gym, instead of lifting all the weights on day one to the maximum extent, right? Or if you're studying, let's say for an exam, instead of doing like a 6 hour or 10 hour session, like one big stretch one day, and then you feel like exhausted, do for 2, 3 days, then you say, oh, this is too hard, you give up. Instead of that, do two things. One, set consistent but small targets. When I say small, I'm not saying insignificant. Small as in something which you can, with a little bit of effort, you can comfortably do. Right. Second thing is, take satisfaction. Don't think in terms of, whether if I'm, say, walking from, say, I'm doing a march from Bombay to Delhi. Right? It's not, okay, did I reach Delhi? No. The question is, did I cover the distance I was supposed to walk today? That is all you should think about. If you have to study, today I was planning to do, let's say, 2 hours for this thing, or it could be 6 hours, doesn't matter. Did I cover my today's portion, or did I cover my today's job? Focus on today. This is my message. Focus on today every single day. Right? If you focus on today, and if we achieved our today's target, right, then we should celebrate that. It's very important to sort of, give ourselves a pat in the back and feel happy, and that is the real accomplishment. Right? And if you can do this day after day, after a few days, weeks, months, you'll find that, the target actually is getting closer. So don't. So setting big goals important? Absolutely. So knowing, if you're, let's say, doing a route march from Bombay to Delhi, knowing that, okay, I'm going in that direction, it is important. So having a big goal is important, but it is important in what sense? In the sense that it gives you direction. We are not measuring our achievement every day against how close we got. Right? We are measuring our achievement in terms of how much I covered today, but the target gives you in what direction to move. So that is something that if you do, it's going to be phenomenally effective. And the proof of that is, um, we conduct learning boot camps. In fact, some of the many of people here right now on the live chat who are attending this session right now, many of you have were part of those programs. It's great to have you all here. One of the feedbacks we got from a couple of people was this, that earlier they would they were trying to learn something. They would try to do a study session of 5-6 hours, and after 2-3 days, after a couple of days, they would give up, right? But now, when they do, then for this study, let's say even hour and a half, but on a regular basis, the amount of progress they make in 4 weeks is something that none of us would have imagined. That is, so it's not just theory; it's like real proof, and many people have given that feedback. Okay, so just I thought I'll just give you this thought to think about it, process it, and start experimenting and trying it out in your life. And any of the things that I say, it's you don't have to take it at face value. Just try it out, and we can verify whether it's working, it's not working, and so on. So that's about it. Now let's I'll quickly talk about the routine. Meditation and workout. Yesterday we did I think about half an hour meditation. Now some what is meditation? Meditation is I'll talk a little maybe tomorrow's call. I'll talk about how meditation helps focus, and I'll talk about some of the research and the ideas around how to rebuild focus. And so that let's do tomorrow. Today I'm running short of time, so I'll just quickly talk about. I'll talk about how to do meditation. So meditation is the practice of it's training our mind to stay focused on something, right? And training our mind to bring the focus back whenever it gets distracted. Now, remember, the end goal is not to stay focused on something indefinitely or without any disruption, because disruptions will happen. Our mind will wander. So let me first explain how to do it. Then I'll explain one nuance. So just sit comfortably on a chair, on the ground, wherever you're comfortable. Take back support if you want. Sit in a pose where your body is not hurting. Take a few deep breaths. So breathe in through the nose. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Right. Do that about 5 to 10 times. You do that, your mind will calm down. There's just it's like literally a 1 minute thing, and you'll find that you are now have calmed down. Now let your breathing become normal. Now focus on your breath, right? And how do you do that? So we can focus only on physical sensations, right? So when you breathe in, there are a bunch of sensations. Pick one of them, right? So you can either pick the sensations in the nostrils, or you can pick the sensation when the stomach is rising or falling. So pick one sensation and just anchor your mind to that and keep counting every time you breathe. So I like to count 1 to 10. Some people like to just count in and out. Whatever works for you. I have found for me counting works better, right? So count from 1 to 10 and start again. And in between, your mind will wander whenever, and you suddenly realize you're thinking about something. When that happens, very gently, thinking about something. Okay, thinking about this thing. Let it go, and gently bring your mind back to your breath, and do that again and again. Now, one thing I would like to add here, which is that if you look at the research, scientific research on meditation, it all shows that the act of refocusing our mind, right? That is equivalent to like lifting weight in a gym, right? That is what strengthens our ability to stay focused. Which means when you're getting distracted, don't be frustrated. Don't feel bad that I'm getting some thought. Why? Because bringing our mind back is the practice. That's what exactly we are practicing. Which means the thoughts coming in our mind or distractions happening, it's not breaking our meditation, just giving a chance to practice the skill again, right? And do that multiple times. And what I have found is that if you just breathe at a consistent, same pattern, roughly, right? So same consistency, keep breathing and keep focusing. In about 15-20 minutes time, sometimes half an hour's time, even when you start off, if your mind is very agitated, right? In about 20-30 minutes time, your mind actually calms down. Now, it may not happen every day. Some days, let's say if you had a big fight with somebody the day before, it may keep coming back, and that's possible, right? But on many days, it will start reaching a a state of calm after 20, 30 minutes. And that practice is what meditation is. Physical workout. I wanted to talk about running, but now it's 5:10, so I'll not take too much time. Tomorrow we'll talk about a bit more about running and how to build up your running stamina, how to build up your endurance, how to build up your heart capacity. So we'll do that tomorrow. Today I'll just limit it to this. So do workout for at least half an hour, if possible an hour. One question Harsh asked, is the rule that we have to do meditation before exercise? No, there is no such thing. So up to you, whether your comfort level. Some people say that after working out, they feel very sort of energized, so meditating in hard. So I don't know. I mean, I find it easy both ways. I'm not sure that one is better than the other. So whatever suits you, just go ahead and do that. Right? So so you can choose weight training, free weight, aerobic, Zumba, and there are on YouTube, there you'll find a bunch of exercises. So I think Rajat is here on this call. I think I saw Rajat. Rajat was talking about he's doing insanity workout. So I don't know, whatever you guys prefer, find something. Again, there, remember, don't try to don't try to scale Mount Everest in one day. Like, start small and build on it. Okay, that's about it. And do these two things, and I can assure you, your day will rock. You will start strong. Start with that mindset of confidence and victory. I feel that this victory in the morning is like the most important victory. It gives you like focus for the rest of the day. And enough talk, now time to just go ahead and do that. So very quickly, let me just say hello to everybody who's here. Harsh, Rakesh, Shagun, Sagar, Kundan, Hemant. Some people, nice name. Nilaki, Lalita, Rajat, Ashwath, Niklesh, Suresh, Kripa, Srishti, Devansh, Prashant, Chetna, Ritik, Smriti, Prithvi, LPS, Kaushambi, Rajesh, Sarvesh, Ketan, Shashank, Keshav, Mank, Shekhar, Abhishek, Harsh again, and Vadrajan. So good morning, guys. Thanks for joining. And let's go and start now. And once again, I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Today was day 96, I believe. So another 4 days, we would have touched 100 days. So thanks for joining and have a lovely day. Bye-bye. Take care.